Now, Hollie, we have a lot of amazing people out here, men and women, and their titles all vary. So we have some people that have a strong title. It's like, you want to listen to them because of their title. But we have other people that perhaps don't have as high of a title. So what recommendation do you have for people that perhaps don't have a high title, but they need to have influence within their organization?
Yes, thank you. So first and foremost, I would say that however you choose, or however I have ever chosen to influence or get my way, I guess you could say, in what I want to accomplish, it's not easy. I think it's harder when you're building relationships and trying to influence. I think sometimes, especially what I have seen in corporate America, that some people can come into a room and name drop a title, right? So-and-so made me do this, the president, the CEO. I'm coming here because the CEO told me that I need to do this. And it drives me crazy. Let's just be total, it drives me nuts because I think, again, just going back to that authentic way of building relationships and getting influence. And it's a lot of work. I mean, it's not as easy as coming in a room and saying, hey, my boss told me that I need to tell you that this is the decision that we're gonna make. I don't feel like when you use that type, and in some circumstances, not all, but some, you're not gonna get the full buy-in from the person that you're asking to either make that decision, execute on a decision that's been made. I think it's more important to spend the time influencing them, building relationship, talking through it, listening to why they're frustrated or what they're trying to do, to then bring them along. And I swear to you, it works. There's so much more invested into helping you be successful with whatever idea that is. Early on in my career at Excel, I didn't have very many relationships inside the company, and there was an idea that I had that I felt so passionate about that I was like, this is gonna make it. We're gonna make this work at Excel. All the way, 8 states, all the way down the line. And I went into my boss's office and I said, I wanna do this. This is something that I believe that we should do here at Excel Energy. And he said, great. He said, I'll give you $40,000 and go try and figure it out. He didn't endorse it. He never once showed up to support it. He made me go out and travel around our eight states for operating companies, meeting with people for like a year in trying to sell this idea and convince all of the other departments within the company that needed to buy into it. It wasn't just gonna be Hollie's thing or external affairs' thing. It had to be a company's thing because there were 4 other departments within the company that had to buy into this idea to make it successful. And he gave me a little bit of money and no backing. And it was the hardest thing that I had to do because culturally, I'm a Coloradan. I say whatever, I somewhat, or a little more abrasive, I think, than what I should be. And then I go to Minnesota, and they're very Minnesota nice. So I wasn't ever really sure if they were being honest about liking my idea or not. Sometimes I'd walk out and I'd say, wow, they totally loved it. And then a week later, I'm like, where'd they go? Like, I don't even know where they are. So I think for me, it doesn't matter if you have a title or not. I think it's, one, you have to be super passionate and ready to take on whatever that challenge is. You don't have to have the backing of your leader or the leader above that. I think if you really want to get it done, it's again about just figuring out who in the company at your level believes in the thing and how do you bring them along with you. And at the end of the day, it was very successful, the idea. And my vice president took so much credit for it after it was successful, which is okay. I mean, at the end, because that just even validated more how successful it was that we were able to bring all these departments together to work on this one idea that I got $40,000 for, which, by the way, I thought it was a ton of money, and it was definitely not. And and then he ended up giving me like $500,000, and I was like, oh my God, like I could have done so much more with this a year ago, but that's okay. It worked out. So believe in it, know that it's going to take work. Don't be afraid to, talk with people and build support for it. You have to. And it's much harder to do it that way than just coming in and saying, hey, my executive vice president said that we need to do this. Because I don't really believe that authentically, again, it just goes back to that authenticity of building relationships, that they would even really buy into it. They're going to go on their merry way and try to adopt their idea. So
well, that's good.